Welcome back to my channel. I'm just going to give a little update or a little story while I think about something to cook because I have no inspiration today. I'm looking mega crazy right now, sweaty, no makeup, sorry. A week ago, not this weekend, but the weekend before that, my family got struck with the stomach bug. It was bad. It was really bad. And so my husband came home from work. I had already been feeling kind of off, but I thought it was just pregnancy related. That's my son. And I remember him coming in and me telling him, please just don't move me. I'm kind of nauseous right now. I don't know what's wrong with me. And he's like, okay. He didn't tell me anything. He didn't tell me that he was feeling bad or anything at all. And then he ordered sushi for us. Ooh. He ordered a sushi. I really did not have an appetite. But before the sushi got here, he ended up running to the bathroom. He didn't tell me that what happened in the bathroom. You know, he came out telling me he was fine, he was good. Yes, honey. Yeah. I'm gonna cook in a little bit, okay? Okay? Okay. But I still wasn't feeling well. But I thought, you know what? I had not eaten like much that day, so I thought maybe I needed to eat to feel better. Hi. Yeah. So I stuffed down a cucumber roll, like a copper roll, and I stuffed down a green ginger salad. And my husband, when he came to join me to eat, he wasn't taking any bites, like he wasn't eating, and I knew there was something wrong, but he wouldn't tell me what it is or what was wrong. He kept telling me he was fine. Oh, honey, let's try to not touch it, okay? So, well, the point of the matter is that eventually he told me that he wasn't feeling well either, and of course my anxiety went up, and I started to question him, like, oh my gosh, you know, I've been nauseous, you're nauseous, and you're going to the bathroom. But he kept denying it. My husband kept denying. He's like, no, it's fine. He kept telling me that he ate. Yeah, hi. Just be careful with it, okay? So he kept telling me that it was because he ate like old spaghetti or something, and that's why he was feeling bad. And I was trying really hard to believe him, but my brain kept going somewhere else, and it went towards the right way, obviously. Eventually I went to the room because I really wasn't feeling well, and I can hear him in the bathroom, and I just told myself, nope, I'm not feeling well. He's not. This is definitely, this looks like more than just him eating something bad, because we have not eaten the same thing, so why would I be feeling bad? And I was feeling bad before him. So we called my mother-in-law and asked her to come take our son. That was really hard for me. I've never, I always told myself that I would never let my son sleep over anywhere, no matter whose house it was. And whenever she came over, she picked him up, because in my head I was like, if this is a virus, I don't want him to get it. Thankfully, whenever she came over, she picked him up. She didn't even come into the house. She just like picked him up at the door. And that's when that's when the beginning of everything went downhill. And my husband got it really, really, really bad. Like, he got it really bad. And I have not panicked over nausea or vomiting in quite a while. I'd like to say, and I'd like to think that my emetophobia is actually pretty handled. Like, I feel like I'm pretty well handled when it comes to my fear. I don't freak out or yes, honey. Okay. All right, thank you. Okay, I'm going. I like to think that my emetophobia is kind of well controlled. I don't really like have panic attacks or any of that, for that matter. But that night that night I did panic because when it finally hit me, hey, don't do that, please. Sorry. When it finally hit me, not vomiting, just the other way, I started panicking, and my husband actually got out of bed, like really, like he zoomed up and he ran to the other bathroom, and I was like, oh my gosh. Hold that thought. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, my husband runs to the bathroom, and I immediately think to myself, cover your ears, because if it's the front end, like if he's like, you know, that's gonna like take me over the edge. And unfortunately I didn't, because I was too in my panic of being on the toilet myself, and I heard him, you know, I heard him be sick, and I freaked out. Oh my gosh, it was, I told him later on that I realized that I am just as afraid of my panic and of my fear as I am. Sorry.
Come on.
Okay, baby, I'm going. Can you go get Elephant? Sorry. I am just as afraid of the panic that comes from the vomiting as I am from vomiting, because that panic is just, it takes a hold of you. I don't like it. It's horrible. My poor husband, he really is a saint, and I need to appreciate him more. In the midst of him being sick, I'm like crying and hysterical on the toilet in the other bathroom. He runs across the house to where I'm at and tell me, Bebe, I'm fine, I feel good, don't worry, everything is fine, you know, like, don't worry, it's not gonna happen to you. And he's consoling me. Ugh, that's what I hate about this fear. It makes you feel so stupid, you know, that he's the one that's actually going through it, yet he's consoling me. I was convinced I was gonna be sick, you know, because that's usually how the norovirus is. So I still had some Zofran from my first trimester, and I just take one. I'm like, forget it, I'm gonna take one. I'm gonna try my best. I start Googling like crazy. Can you skip the vomiting part from you know, the stomach virus? And some people said they could with Zofran, and other people said they couldn't. Whatever, I did, and thankfully I did not. I didn't vomit. I got to skip it, and I am so thankful. I mean, I was texting my family, asking them for prayers, asking them to please pray, do whatever they had to do, but to please pray that I wouldn't be sick. My poor husband got it bad. I got it the other way. We ended up with fevers and chills all at the same time. We got through. It was like a 24-hour thing. It was really fast. It came out of nowhere and it left really fast. My sweet older brother came over in the middle of the night, like at 3 in the morning, to come and help us because we were both down. We were both down for the count. It was bad. And he helped me also to like kind of like keep my calm. I lost a lot of sleep, obviously, as anybody else that, you know, knows what it feels like to be in panic mode during a stomach virus. Like, we barely sleep, we don't eat, we don't do, you know, it's really hard. But I'm pregnant, you know, I have to keep up my fluids, and I can't dehydrate. So I was taking tiny sips of like Gatorade and water, ice cold water. Thankfully it went away really fast. Unfortunately, my mother-in-law calls us on Sunday, because we got hit on it. It started Friday night, and then by Sunday morning, my mother-in-law calls us because my son was still with her. Yeah, I'm okay. I'm almost done. My son stayed the entire weekend with her because we were really bad. We were sick. Yeah, I'm okay. Come on.
Papa, it's me.
Yeah, it's you. Anyway, so then she calls us and lets us know that this little man, you know, was going to the bathroom, you know, had diarrhea, and it broke my heart because I think as a mom, I don't know if it happens to everybody who has this, but to me, I just didn't want him to experience it. And he didn't throw up either, thankfully. We picked him up that Sunday afternoon. I mean, we woke up early Sunday morning. Yes, honey? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Hey, look, why don't you go play with this? Go play with this. Okay. Yeah. So we woke up Sunday morning. We were still kind of like getting better, but we were way better. We were much better than we were Saturday. Saturday we were feverish. We couldn't even move from the couch. It was bad. But by Sunday we felt a little bit better. Obviously not completely 100%. But we got up and we started like bleaching and disinfecting every inch of the house, hoping that we wouldn't, like, that he wouldn't get it. But then he got it. We brought him home. He had a couple of loose stools. But he was great. Like, he took it like a champ, way better than what my husband and I did. And my mother-in-law got it that night, and that's crazy to show you just how contagious this thing is. It was crazy. It was evil. She ended up getting it just as bad as my husband. But same thing, it lasted like 24 hours and came the fevers the next day. Like the first couple of hours is like the sickness part, and then the next 12 hours is just like feverish, chills and stuff. So it's like fevers and chills and stuff, and then by the third day, you're already on the mend. You're feeling a little better. Okay. So yeah. That's what happened. We got stuck with it. I survived a stomach bug. I don't want to go through that again ever. But I know that that's not really possible to avoid. So I hope I don't have to go through that for a very long time. I want to talk about certain things that I did differently. That my son and I did, and I think it has a lot to do with the outcome of how we ended up getting the bug compared to my husband and my mother-in-law. My brother, who was in the middle of everything, didn't get it at all. It's been a week and a couple of days, and he didn't get it. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, crazy. 1 second. I'm very new to this whole essential oils thing. Honestly speaking, my husband and I decided to get like the whole YoungLiving essential oils thing for the smell, like to do like aroma therapy. My husband and I are crazy for like air fresheners and stuff like that, so we thought, let's try a natural way, let's do that. So we did. But then I remembered in the middle of my panic that there was this thing called Digize. There we go. From YoungLiving, and I started looking up like things about stomach virus, and I decided to give it a shot. I mean, my grandmother, she used to be a beautician / village doctor type thing in my country. So she used to use a lot of essential oils. Obviously they didn't come packaged all pretty like this, you know. I just remember them being like in weird little flasks, and I never knew what they were. She would tell me what they were, but it didn't make sense to me. And apparently now it's like the big hype thing. But my grandmother was doing this, her mom, you know, my great grandmother was doing this before. So there has to be something about essential oils that works, you know, because it come from generations. So I decided to try it. And what I did is that I would take the Digize and I would take the Peppermint. Thank goodness this came in the starter pack, because I mean I had no clue. And I would take those two and I would rub it on my belly like every 10 to 15 minutes on myself. And the Peppermint did like this very cooling thing on my stomach that would ease like what it felt like it was raw in my stomach. Like I felt like the throbbing of rawness in there, and it would calm it down. It was amazing. And then in the water, whether it was iced water or iced Gatorade, I would put like 3 drops of the lemon one. Let me see. the lemon essential oil, and I would put like 2 drops of the peppermint, and I literally sipped on that and I felt a huge difference. Now my son, when I went to pick him up, he came home and he kept going ouchie, and he kept pointing at his belly. So my husband's like, why don't you try doing what you did? So I did. I grabbed the stuff and I did it, and immediately, it was like almost immediate that I asked him, where's the ouchie? Because we would ask him, where's the ouchie? And he'd point. And I'm like, where's the ouchie? And he's like, no ouchie. So I don't know, my husband and I at that time, my husband's a very big skeptic when it comes to everything, and he was like, okay, maybe there's something about, like, there's something here, you know, in these things, so let's just, you know, we were happy with the results. So that's what I did differently. And I also diffused lemon and Thieves into the air. I also diffused Thieves, I'm sorry, Thieves is this one here. When we went, for every room that we disinfected with bleach and stuff, I would diffuse the Thieves in there for like an hour and a half, because apparently it's got like antimicrobial properties. I don't know how true that is, but I did it and it was great, and that's the only difference. That's what I did, and thankfully I did not throw up. I should mention that I did take Zofran throughout like that first day and a half of the virus. Like, I took a 4 milligram because I called my OB and I told her what was happening in the middle of the night, and she called me in a script for a 4 milligram Zofran, and I took one every 8 hours. So that could have helped too. But the fact that my son didn't throw up, and he's young, you know, and any of us who are emetophobic and we know well how stomach viruses work, we know that kids tend to vomit more than adults, but he didn't. And my mother-in-law and my husband, who decided not to do any of what I did, they did. So I don't know. But then again, my brother, my older brother, who's in the middle of things, he was cleaning up after my husband and I, he didn't get anything. I mean, nothing at all. He's perfectly fine. So maybe it has to do with DNA and genes. I don't know. But that's what happened this past, not this last weekend, but the weekend before. And I want to say something that I would much rather go through morning sickness than go through another stomach virus again. It's just so different, and I can't control my anxiety during a stomach virus because, you know, I don't know, it's just so different. So connecting to my other videos, you could get pregnant, you could get through it even if you're afraid of vomiting, because I could get through morning sickness like cake, but I cannot. Like, a stomach virus just sends my brain and my panic everywhere. It's horrible. So there you go. That's all there is that's all I have to say today. Hopefully the next video that I make will be my birth vlog. I don't know if the hospital that I'm going to be going to allows like camera and stuff, but whatever the case may be, I hope that that's the one that I do next, to just separate a little bit away from like the whole sickness vlogs. I said last time that I was not going to do any more sickness vlog videos, but this is what happened. And if you're watching, then that means that the whole emetophobia topic is what brought you to my channel. So I thought I'd share the fact that, hey, I got through the ugliness of a stomach bug, thank God, and that's why we're here, right? So that's actually all I have for this little mini story time slash vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope at least it made you laugh a little bit alongside my silliness and craziness of the fear. If you guys did enjoy it, I mean, give it a thumbs up. I know that sounds so weird. Hey, give it a thumbs up to my story about a stomach bug, you know. And subscribe if you're willing or wanting to see more about myself or my family. Hopefully in the next vlog you get to finally meet my husband. You met my son today. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Hopefully it's the birth vlog, and hopefully it's a good, positive video. Yes. Bye.